morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Our top story today. Travel time in Dubai has been cut by 20%.
And Global Village finally opens today.
We were so excited about that. Also, you can now camp out at Jebel Ali Beach.
And then we're going to have Salma Ismail at Dubai Active this weekend. She's going to come in today and tell us all about it. So fun stuff.
Getting fit, inspiration, all of that. But before we get into it all, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Who are we not saying good morning to?
Simran.
Simran.
Looking right at you.
Having a nice little sleep in. Little lie.
So jealous.
Which is fair enough.
It is.
Diwali yesterday. Took a little bit of a lie-in. Enjoy the celebrations with your family. Can I just say though, personally, I like being in bed early.
But like even in big celebrations like Diwali or like Christmas night out.
Oh, of course. Yeah, if this was
like,
Christmas, there'd be no way I'd be in this morning the next day.
If 5 of your best friends were in town and we're like, hey, let's go out. And it's a work week. Work week? Work day.
Oh, like in general?
Yeah.
Night in versus night out?
Yeah. Really?
I would say no.
But you have one life, Casey. Live it.
Work is life. No, like in general. If
That's sad.
Yeah, but I enjoy. Like there's nothing. You want to know like guilty pleasure? Getting into bed, knowing you have a full 8 hours of sleep, putting on an eye mask, and even having 30 minutes to read my book before I need to turn off the light. That's living, man.
Like, I get it.
That's what I'm all about.
Have a bowl of strawberries right next to you. Like, I get it. But like, I don't know, with like a chocolate fondant, make it a whole thing.
No, that just...
Not in bed. Okay. But like, you have one life. So you can spend 6 nights out of the week just chilling in, doing your own thing. But that one night, it's memories you'll never get again.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so night in versus night out, Shahir.
Night out.
But you talked about a general before work. Yeah, the weekend is a totally different situation.
Yeah.
We're not, I'm asking you
Make
up on
it
the
a day
weekend.
out. Yeah.
But in general, during the week, can't hack it, can't do it. I used to be able to. In my young days, you know, a ladies' night on a Tuesday was the best. Now, I don't get FOMO anymore. I actually see people out and they're like taking stories at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, that's not for me anymore.
Casey, you changed. You're not who I once knew you to be.
Guy, what, like thoughts though? Like, do you not, like when you were younger, you would, you know, see people out and you're like, oh, I'm missing out. I wish I was hanging out with them. Not anymore.
No, like don't get me wrong.
I'm like, you do you at your messy brunches.
Yep. But like,
I'll do me with my 8 hours sleep.
I never look forward to it, especially during the week. But I never regret it afterwards.
You never regret it. Oh, I'm the opposite.
You regret it afterwards, but like...
I look forward to it, and then I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
Like,
why did I stay out? Because I'm like, once I'm out, it's hard to come home, you know?
Yeah,
then,
I'm that person.
Then you get sunk in.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I'm out now.
Make the most of it.
Make the most of it.
I went to this reopening over the weekend, and I was like, I'll just be here for 2 hours. I was the last one there. And I'm not that person. I've become it. I'm not proud of it.
But you're a night out person.
I am, but like not till like I was literally, me and my best friend were the last people out. I never thought I had it in me.
Oh.
And apparently I do.
I actually have that in me.
No.
I do have the like 4 a.m. energy if it's required.
But that's the whole point of it. At the end of the day, you don't know where the night's gonna take you, Casey.
No, nothing good happens after 12 a.m.
Well, nothing interesting happens when you're late in bed. You know, like it's you and your Netflix shows.
And it's waking up in the morning in good spirits. That's the difference.
With no regrets.
If there was no like, you know, like tiredness hangover in the morning, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
It's the waking up in the morning and just not being able to start the day in good energy, good pace, good spirit. I love the weekend morning. Anyway, night in versus night out, guys. Thoughts?
Losing team, winning team.
I hope I said my piece. Okay, let's jump into our top story. Travel time in Dubai has been cut by 20%. So the RTA announced the initial phase of the Intelligent Traffic Systems. We're calling these the ITS Get to Know Them. It's an expansion project which was completed by the RTA in November 2020. Now, the ITS expansion project is a key element in supporting the government's drive to transform Dubai into the smartest city in the world, which involves the use of smart technologies and software to ease mobility around Dubai.
That's so cool. So the project has improved incident monitoring by 63%, shorten the response time to emergencies by 30%, and cut the travel time by 20%. Improvements are credited to using dynamic message signs, integrating with the RTA's Enterprise Command and the Control Center, and linking the Dubai Police Command and Control Center together for maximum efficiency.
This is efficiency. What a great word. This is what it is. And they're going to expand this even further to all road networks eventually. So what they're doing is they're using smart technology to basically improve efficiency, which is what you need. Now, look, traffic at the moment is not ideal. We're all living it. That is a.
Tell me about it.
We're all living the traffic, but there are solutions being put into place to eventually improve efficiency, which is ideal.
I can't deal with like the back to school situation every single morning. It's a fight for my life. But like in true Dubai fashion, they're doing it in the most IA way ever and most forward thinking way ever. And I just can't wait for the day that I come back to work on time. I'm like 3 minutes late on average, and it's eating me inside out.
Why don't you leave 5 minutes earlier then?
I do, and it's always a different. There's construction and the school situation happening in front of my building, so
there's a conversation for you. If you could leave 5 minutes earlier or 10 minutes earlier,
yeah,
and, like there is a time slot that you could leave and not be 3 minutes late every day.
Okay, but going back to your 8 hours of sleep, that causes a disruption in the system.
So you go to sleep earlier.
I do sleep pretty early, to be honest, most nights.
What time do you go to sleep at?
Between 8 and 10.
I don't believe you.
I swear
we
to
have
God.
a WhatsApp group for the
I
show.
swear to God.
And I'll wake up in the morning and there'll be messages from the guys at like 12, 12:30, and I'm like,
Not me. What was my last message? Why are you guys up at this hour?
they're talking about things at 12:30. I'm like, why are you still awake?
Like full-blown conversations. Like, how do you do it?
Early birds. You're really an early bird.
I really am.
You really are. You're definitely like in the mornings you're solid.
I feel like I'm a Ned on the inside. My name is Ned and I sleep at 8. You know, I don't know.
Maybe there's like Ned and then Shahir is actually your alter ego.
Yeah.
Ali, are you a night owl or an early bird? Because Simran's a night owl.
Yeah, 100%.
She thrives at night for sure.
What's he saying?
Ali's like, I'm nothing, I just sleep early. And then you find the mornings easy or hard? He's just like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If he sleeps early, he's fresh. If he doesn't sleep early, he's not fresh. Yeah, I think that's fairly standard.
But you know what gets me? The people that sleep at the drop of a dime. Like, immediately.
That's impossible.
Like, it's a skill.
It is
It's a life skill.
Yeah, that's a Simran thing. Probably when she gets into cars, she can sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's jump into our next story. Big news today.
You don't want to sleep on this one, that's for sure. So Global Village is open officially today. And after months of preparation, it's finally the 27th season. And this is one of Dubai's most affordable family destinations and loved by many. I've never been, but like everyone just has good stuff. Yeah, so there's 27 global pavilions, culture shows, rides, and Ripley's Believe It or Not. Amazing street food, that's what I heard a lot about. And shopping and just a ton of stuff to do all in one place.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to hear it. I've never been.
Can we just, how long have you, what?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
But like, I should have, realistically, right?
Yeah.
I should.
For so many reasons.
And I will.
Like my mom is like Global Village's top customer.
How much money does she spend there?
It's very affordable.
Oh yeah, on good point.
Like, she loves, but the thing is, like, she'll go and get jewelry, and then like maybe something will break, and she'll be back there, and she'll be making sure like they're gonna like or like something she'll buy, and they'll stitch it up for her. Because there's 27 global pavilions, like you don't like, and you find amazing trinkets that you
won't find anywhere
actually
else.
get in that country. Like it's wild, and the street food is life changing. There's a street food street.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I heard about.
You've seen it on TikTok, and like it's all so delicious. Like those crispy fried potatoes that they do on that swivel.
I just saw. I think I know what you're talking about. Is it dipped in chocolate? Because I saw something dipped in chocolate.
You're not dipping the crispy fried potatoes in
I'm just
chocolate.
wondering.
You can get things dipped in chocolate.
Okay, then sign me up.
Things, it's so super affordable. So by the way, this year ticket prices options are a little bit different. So there's a new season, there's a new value ticket. So this is from Sundays to Thursdays, and then there's an any day ticket. which is for one-off visits. So the value ticket will cost 20 dirham per person. The any day ticket is 25 dirham, and if you book online, you get a 10% discount. It opens today. But
What?
but it's extremely good value.
Yeah,
like
that's
if
the
I
thing.
had visitors coming,
Yeah.
and I know people, like, it's the type of place that if you grew up here, you would have been back every year. But you would even go twice or 3 times a year. And then they have big concerts. Like, they've had, like, huge concerts out there.
Yeah, that's what I saw
and you're
last
paying
year.
25 dirham a ticket to get there. Those days
Oh, no
are crazy.
way. The ticket's basically free once you buy the ticket for the concert. Like, you don't need, like, concert tickets.
They had, like, a One Direction alone.
Changes everything.
It
They had
does.
someone else massive last year.
It's just a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
there's Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. They have, and every year, like, they add. This is not an ad for Global Village, by the way. Like, it's just like, if can someone give me a yes, by the way, to say that you love it? Like, I feel like you just need to be encouraged to go because it's just it's a fun day
I
out.
will.
It's
Will
like
you
a
come with
carnival
me
theme.
then?
Well, I'll get my mom and we'll both come with you
Okay, deal.
because
And-
I couldn't go without her. She'd be quite upset about that.
Okay, I understand. Totally cool with me. But earlier we were saying it's like a family thing, but it's not just a family thing. Like people go with like groups of their friends. My brother and his wife went like 2-3 years ago, I think, and they loved it. Like they couldn't stop raving about it, and that was the first time I heard about it.
True, and it's like a fun date day. It's just a good time. But let's jump into our next story. This is super cool. You can now camp at Jebel Ali Beach. Love this beach. It's much more, it's nature. It's like 20 minutes away from the marina. So you just feel like you're in a whole different place.
You're in Oman.
And you're in Oman, basically. There's nothing quite like camping. It's secluded. It's away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And you can do it on the beach now at Jebel Ali, which is super cool. And you basically need to apply for your registration. So Dubai municipality, they made this announcement on October 21 via Twitter. And all you need to do is log on through the registration, and you have to get a no objection certificate, an NOC, through the website. And then there you have it. You could camp for 31 days maximum, I think. But you also need the certification and the valid copy of the ownership of the caravan or trailer. So you need to prove that you own the caravan or trailer. Fair enough. Copy of your Emirates ID, and voila,
That's it. Your camping trip sorted.
your camping trip is sorted.
I want to do it. Now's the time. Now is literally the time. I'm wearing a leather jacket because it's finally cooling down. Like, you can do anything. The world's your oyster.
It's such a good time of year.
I'm like kayaking. Yesterday, I was driving back into my building and this guy was pulling out his kayak and he was like, it's the season. I'm like, cute.
Yeah.
But like, now is literally the time. And like Jebel Ali, like you said, super like secluded. Feels like you're in a completely different place.
It used to be my favorite beach because this was the beach that used to be dog friendly. Then they announced it wasn't dog friendly anymore, which was
Not
very
increases bugs.
sad for dog pet parents because you know, like every single weekend on a Saturday morning we'd all meet there. Like, you know, there was no like planned meeting, but you'd get
Yeah.
there like 7 a.m. and it would just be full of dogs. Could you imagine a
Yeah.
beach full of dogs? But then they announced that they were going to beautify wasn't their word, but they were going to maybe
Give it a facelift.
commercialize or give it a facelift, basically. And this is one of the initiatives. So now you can go camping there, which is super cool. But you just need to apply for
The NOC.
your registration. The information is in Lovin Dubai website on an article that Farah wrote yesterday, if you want to check it out. But yeah, super cool activity. Friends, family.
Are you a camper?
Yes.
How often do you go?
Well, I've been a couple of times here in the desert.
Yeah.
Up to Rack and
never
some
done
like
it.
rock. You've never been camping?
No, not in the desert. I've done it once for New Year's and disastrous. I said I'll never do it again, but maybe with a group of friends.
I have been camping with people of different levels. So there's
Yeah.
people like you buy the tent in Carrefour and you go camping. Then I've been with people who have like the shower hose in the back of their truck. They've got fridges in their truck.
What?
Like you see, people are so good at camping in the UAE. They're amazing because they've got all the cool stuff, and they've got like their jeeps with the tent on top of it,
I wish.
and like you have your barbecue, and then the food that they bring to the barbecue. It's not just like I
Yes.
went camping one time. We got a takeaway pizza, and we went to the desert. You go with some people, and they've got like the steaks. They've got the pre-prepared salads. They've
oh
got
my
the
God.
marinated veggies, and you're just like.
My mouth is watering. Now's not the time to talk about this. Is too early. No, speaking of Jeeps, the idea camping in a Jeep and with a whole like I don't wanna someone in the office is talking about this. I don't wanna say who. Ali. And it's a whole
Thanks.
But like camping, Jeep, an entire situation in the back seat, like how beautiful is that?
Yeah, of course it's beautiful. It's hard to get your hands on one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you do need the Jeep.
So I feel like people level up.
Yeah.
So you go camping. If it's not for you, you forget about it. If you like it, then you'll go more and more, and then.
I don't know. I just feel like I need to do camping right with the right people.
Yeah, this
That's
is
where
the
I'm
thing. But you can have such great weekends. Like you're right, this is the season. Whether or not you go to Jebel Ali Beach, obviously, if you go further afield, you don't need a registration to go out to the desert wherever you go. However, if you're going for the first time, just do it with people that know. Every time I've gone, I've been lucky enough that like, if the car gets stuck, you're with someone who can like
That's the thing.
pull you out, and like also go with people who know what they're doing.
I wouldn't be able to help you out. Like
That's okay though. We'd go with someone who would.
we all have our strengths.
Ali's saying the key to getting out of being stuck in sand is
water. Put water around the fire.
Oh.
Stuck in the sand, and then you will get traction. And then you can get off. As long as you don't go too deep inside the sand. You're not stuck too deep.
I've never heard that before. So Ali was saying the key to getting out of stuck in sand is water. That's so interesting. Every time we went, we had boards. So like you put the wooden board in onto the wheel, and then the car in front pulls.
Where'd you get these boards from? You see, like it's you and your luck.
Yeah, no, but you have to go with people who have the boards. You have to
Yeah.
go with people who know what they're doing. And the wooden boards is like the basic version. Then you can actually buy these kind of like sturdy plastic contraptions that you put underneath the wheels and pull out.
Clamping. Glamping seems so glamorous.
It certainly wasn't glamorous. Apart from the person who had the shower like feature.
Yeah,
in their
that's like
Jeep.
take it to a whole new level.
That's a whole other
Like,
level.
calm down.
Speaking of going to a whole new level, Dubai Active is happening this weekend. We are super excited. Over 600 athletes joining. Here to tell us more about it, we're going to have Salma Ismail with us right after this. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Dubai Active is kicking off this weekend. From October 28th to 30th, expect 600 athletes, tons of free workout classes, and thousands of freebies and giveaways. Here to tell us more about this year's event and her participation in it, we're joined by health, beauty, and fitness personality and co-founder of Salma Ismail. Welcome back to our show.
Thank you. Thank you. So glad to. I'm so happy to always be back on the show, guys.
Honestly, it's such a
one of my
pleasure.
favorites.
You've been missed. It's been a whole year.
Thank you.
Been yonks.
It's been yonks and yonks. What have you been up to since we last saw you?
Well, we have been running our classes for women. We've done a few local retreats. We have one coming up in January where we're going to do it in Hatta.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we kind of do like these community events here. Yeah, we're going to plan one internationally, the fitness retreat internationally next year, early next year.
You know, last time we were on the show, I think you blew people's minds with Animal
Animal
Flow Yoga.
Flow,
So let's give people a little rundown on that and how's that going?
So it's still very new for people. I think
Yeah.
at first it can come across as intimidating. So I kind of started incorporating it a little bit, a few movements of that into my strength and conditioning classes so people can get familiar with it. And it's been great. It's been slowly picking up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
give people a little rundown of exactly what it is, just to.
So Animal Flow in specific, it's not yoga. It's a mix between some yoga, capoeira, flexibility, dance, all kind of into one where the movements are always on the floor. There's always one limb on the floor. So it can be beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And it's honestly for everyone. But maybe some people see stuff online or see it on Instagram and say, oh my God, I can't do that. But literally, it is the best thing you can start with because it teaches you flexibility, mobility. It's a mix between yoga as well. So it's a great way to start. If you don't want to be in the gym, this is a great way to do it.
Nice mix.
What would you say is your spirit animal?
Oh.
Just out of curiosity.
I think a jaguar.
Really?
Yeah.
I see that for you.
That's what I would choose. I would choose that. I don't know if it really is.
Interesting. We're going to talk about all things Dubai Active very shortly, but just give people a little summary of who you are and how you started, because I know for all of us, fitness can be intimidating or it can be easy peasy. So, like, how did you start your fitness career and was it easy for you at the beginning?
So how I started is actually quite interesting. I was in corporate for 4 years. I worked as a digital media planner for 4 years when I first started. But I was also, when I started fitness, it was more for me to get healthier and fitter because I was a 22-year-old sitting on a desk all day long. I never wanted to lose weight, but my father was very athletic growing up. So me not being fit at the age of 22 where I get tired going up the stairs or sitting on the desk all day long and not moving, that is what I wanted to change. So I started doing fitness alongside of my work, and I fell in love with the feeling of what you can do after you actually train. It wasn't about body aesthetics for me. It started as in I want to feel better. I want to be able to move and be more athletic. And I used to watch the Olympics growing up, and I was like, oh, why didn't we ever be in this? You know, we moved a lot with my family, so I was like, we couldn't stay in one specific sport for a long time. So once I started fitness, I got really deep into it. I started participating in competitions, the first Dubai Fitness Challenge that ever happened, that was an ice ring. But then I would also go back to the desk, and I cannot be better because I'm on the desk. So I started learning more about training, as in getting a certification, learning more. It was for myself. I never thought I would use it. Until one day I went to my family. I told them, hey, listen, I'm quitting my job. This was in 2012. I'm quitting my job. I'm going to become a trainer.
You did this, Dad.
And then they were like, what? No, because back then, and especially I'm Egyptian, so in my culture, it's like, okay, it was very new. It's not like you're going to leave everything you did and worked for in university and your job and to be a personal trainer. So I was like, yeah. And you know what? At first, it was hard because there weren't a lot of women trainers. So my first client never actually showed up because she found out a woman who's going to train her. So it was.
How did you find that out?
Because it wasn't through me. It was through friends, and they recommended me. And then we have a trainer, you know. And I was still first starting. So she never showed up. And we then realized is that because they're not comfortable with female trainers. So it was a very hard start. And then I just kept going, and I was like, oh my God, did I make the worst decision of my life?
Aww.
But then I stuck with it and started doing it, and then it just became part of my life, and I never went back to media.
Amazing.
You showed her. So you were saying that you're balancing both at first. You're balancing work and just striving to be better in the fitness world, a lot of people make the excuses of, oh, I don't have time, I'm too tired after work, this. How did you balance the both? And what's your advice to them?
Honestly,
Speak for yourself. Okay.
honestly, I think the biggest problem is that people dread the process. They think of the process as a chore of being healthy, right? Or doing an activity or something. Where really everything that you see on Instagram is not all what's real, right? And mostly people post things that this is not their real training program. And I think people get, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But really, all you need is 30 minutes, 1 hour tops. You could start with your body weight and not have to even go to the gym. So this can be done anywhere. You literally have an amazing, beautiful space here that you guys can do a 20 to 30 minute body weight workout, and you will feel great after that. So I think people have to also think of what is convenient for them, as in how much time would it take me to go there? People, if they're registering for a gym that's so far away from them, most likely they're not going to continue going. So be convenient in your time. Look for things that are closer to you. If you can't go to the gym, do it at home. And then also always pay attention to how you feel after the workout, because that is the most satisfying feeling. And also not to always think of, oh, I bring a picture off the internet and I want to look like that. You'll be disappointed, because if anyone tells you that you can look like the picture you gave, they're kidding, okay? That's not gonna work, it's not gonna happen. We're all very different.
Yeah.
We come in different body shapes, different genetics. So aim for the healthier aspect of feeling good rather than changing how my body looks, because your body aesthetics will change no matter what.
Yeah.
If you're following a healthier, more active lifestyle, there's no way your body's not gonna change. But don't have it be the goal, because then you tend to get disappointed when you don't reach that.
Such an important message, and such a strong message, and very logical, I would say. And it kind of brings us into Dubai Active and your participation in it. So before we get to what you're actually going to be doing this weekend, this is a massive weekend happening, October 28th to 30th. What actually is Dubai Active?
So honestly, it's the biggest scheduled workout, a free workout, group training, events, pop-ups. There's a huge competition, fitness competition going with over 200 athletes who are going to be participating and going head-to-head for the winning title. There's talks, so many wellness talks, and I think there's a lot more this year. And these talks are amazing. I mean, if people go and listen to, there's so many happening. I think it's one of the biggest events that are happening in Dubai, to be honest.
So cool. And then what will you be doing? Will it be more classes? Or because even listening to you now, I'm a little bit inspired. So will you be giving talks? Are you giving classes?
Yes. So I will be part of a wellness panel discussion with 4 other amazing women in the fitness industry. It's called, the panel discussion we're doing is called Running the World, Literally, and Crushing Myths. So we're going to be talking about how to balance the work, your life, your personal life, crushing all the myths that are out there, which is very needed, because there's a lot of information on social media and the internet, and you don't know what is really real. So we're going to tap into that a little bit. But there's also going to be talks about postnatal experience, female health. And just let me add that this year, Dubai Active is really focusing on empowering women this year into the event, because when they reached out to me, I was honestly super happy that they are now creating a space that is going to be for women only. So I'll be hosting a workout as well on 30th of October. So the wellness talk is 30th of October as well, my wellness talk with the team. That will be at 12 p.m. And then the workout, which is in a location or a space that's for women only, which I train a lot of the women only in the Emirati community. So it was so good to hear that they'll be able to go and participate and be part of such a big event. And that will happen at 3:15 p.m. But a little funny story, and I think it's important to share. I got injured really badly. I was doing the Ice Warrior Challenge, and I fell really hard. So there are some movements and some things that I can't do. So I just want to add, because she's a lifesaver, Yasmin Khattab, who's a a friend of mine and an amazing coach and educator, and she's going to be joining me on stage to help keep everyone going.
Love that support.
Yes, so
Amazing.
she was able to jump with me on board. So there's so much happening and so many events and things that are happening for women. So I really would love to see everyone there. Yeah.
It's nice to hear that it's inclusive this year and like they're thinking about how everyone can participate. But who would you say, who's the event targeted towards?
Oh, so, okay, that's a very good question because this event is for everyone. It's not just people in the health and fitness industry. It's someone who is a beginner who doesn't know where to start because they can go there and they're going to get to see all the different like pop-ups of companies there. Like-minded people are still beginning. You don't know what is it, how can you start? That can be help with the wellness talks, seeing what's happening in the fitness industry. So even if you're just starting, it's not just for fitness professionals. It's for everyone.
It's amazing, and I'm just going to agree with what Shahir said. I just love the female focus this year. I mean, just in terms of like someone doing a little bit of fitness, like we have our bodies work a little bit differently to men, and we have questions.
Yes.
So to be able to have that in a safe environment and a safe space, I think it's great.
Yeah.
We're going to jump into a game very shortly, but before we do, a quick question: when and where is the event taking place, and how can people get tickets?
It's at the Dubai World Trade Center. And you can go to the Dubai Active show page, and there's a link. It will take you directly there. You can choose which day you want to go. It's going to be from the 28th to the 30th of October. So you can get the 3-day pass, or you can get just a 1-day pass. But yeah, it's on the website through Dubai Active Show page on Instagram.
And it's so cool. And we have you today, and tomorrow we're going to have James Smith on the show because there is fitness influencers from around the world coming in, also athletes, and a lot of great talks happening. So do not miss it. Okay, jumping into our game. It is called Fad or Fab.
Okay.
So is it fad or is it fab?
Okay.
And if it is a fad, you do the buzzer, and if it's fab, you tell us it's fab.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to run through a couple of cute things. So this is fad or fab with Sama Ismail, and do you want to just test the buzzer to make sure it's working?
Okay.
Okay.
Number 1 on the list, puppy yoga.
What is that?
Like yoga with puppies, or like goat yoga, or like animal
Goat
yoga. Have you never-
Fab. Wait. Fab.
No,
Fab.
no. So fab, thumbs up.
Oh,
like
okay,
we're all
thumbs
good
up.
with
Yes,
it.
I forgot.
We're not
That's like-
I think
like-
it's fab because
Okay.
regardless, like I love puppies, so having them doing yoga
the
is like
distraction
okay.
element.
Yeah.
Okay, well then.
100%. And vibrating belts. You know, these things that like say that they're going to reduce fat.
Fad.
What are they? Genuinely.
I have no idea. I mean,
It's like a little...
Yeah, but genuinely, like who said, where's the science behind it?
I do not believe in any of the gimmick tools that make you do things that are easier for you to train because it's no.
I won't lie, I was at a gym a little while ago and they had a standing platform that you hold on and your whole body vibrates.
Why?
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't try it. Of course I tried it because I just
But
thought
what did you feel anything?
it felt very strange because you're just standing there.
It
and your
feels
whole
like you're in a
body's
video
going-
game or something.
It felt like a
no
mini
idea what
earthquake.
she's talking about.
And you could like ramp up the vibration. It was weird, but I'm assuming it doesn't work very well.
Interesting.
Nothing
I think
changed.
people should aim to always be a little bit stronger in their bodies, you know, be able to move. Sitting on a machine that vibrates is kind of weird.
No quick fixes.
What about those ab contractions, you know?
No.
Do you know
Is that what I mean?
Oh,
The belts?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I also have,
Okay.
I have my own opinion on that, but like, I won't say it maybe because a lot of people won't be agreeing with me, but these are usually, I would say, used for athletes more than anything to stimulate a muscle that they're really not using, but it's not to get you fit.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting. What
Yeah.
about thigh
If you
gaps?
if I have a what?
Thigh gaps is the next one.
Is that it? What do you mean? Like,
No,
is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that
How do
your
you feel
question?
about
Fad? Is it a fad or so? As in, is it this? It's the thigh gaps that people are kind of aspiring to.
Fad, because I mean that's ridiculous. So what if women have thighs that are? I do. I mean that's the thing, you know. And this is actually a really good thing you brought up because why are we aspiring to fit into the social standard of beauty or that doesn't exist. I mean, everyone is different. How am I gonna be as you are or you be as me? Like, we're so different. And I think that is one of the major things. Also talk about mental health, about trying to fit into a social beauty standard that doesn't exist. It's a fad women.
We're not having
A
it.
double fad, guys.
Yes.
A double fad.
Yes.
Animal flow.
Hmm?
Animal flow.
Fab.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, hot yoga.
You know, I've tried it before. I mean, okay, fab, but it also can be a fad for some people because some people can tolerate it, some people can't. I found I liked it. I've tried it maybe twice. I've liked it, but some people can't tolerate it. But yeah, it's good for you if it works for you. Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. I sweat a lot anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. It makes you also when your body's cold, you tend to be a little bit more stiff in these situations. But I think that helps a little bit with some people who don't get like really deep, and people who obviously are way more hydrated than someone who will go in there and or don't drink enough water. It's not going to be good for them and maybe pass out or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 left. Intermittent fasting.
It works for some people, works for that. I don't think one fits everyone. Okay, there is no such thing as one thing would work for everyone. If you're someone who finds it hard to eat, you know, 3 to 4 or 5 meals a day, then if you want to try that and you're getting enough calories in for you, then you can do that if it works for you.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I've tried it. I mean,
Thoughts?
I fast. So that is, I fast during Ramadan. So that is intermittent fasting. It's exactly what that is. It's great for you to every now and then do it. But I think if it's for weight loss or not, in general, if you're on a calorie deficit, that will make you going through the weight loss. But it's not one thing that works, right? Yeah. So fab, yeah.
Last one, Pelotons. How do you feel about Peloton bikes?
Peloton bikes.
Like, you know the...
So the US, so it was like that, the company that made cycling in your home, they made like this, and they give you the instructions at home.
Oh, yes.
And they put a lot of money into it, and then everyone in COVID bought these Peloton bikes, and now I think they're...
What?
Well, people aren't using them as much because then they're going out to work out rather than working out at home.
I think it's fab. Yes. I think it's fab because in somewhere like Dubai, for example, yes, I would use that when it's hot outside. I can't go outside.
Good point.
Right? So if it's going to keep me active, I'm doing it.
Good point. And you have an instructor and everything.
Peloton gets the tick, guys.
Yes.
Okay, that is all we have time for. Sama Isabel, thank you so much for joining us on the Lovin Dubai show. And if you want to meet her, she's going to be at Dubai Active this weekend, a positively huge event promoting all things fitness and inspiration. So thank you so much.
Hope I see you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Not at all.
It was a pleasure.
Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.